can go, and you're going to have vision from the TA with the traps, with the plague wards. Hopefully TA 2000 on TA is going to have a good early game, gets this Deso, because, yeah, I definitely prefer the Liquids draft, but OT, they're a great team, they have good drafts, and they know how to execute.
And already you can see moving out across the map, they're trying to scout out where these heroes are going to be. A bunch of wards actually placed on the top side there. So there's one that's actually over on that little cliffy thing that always is a little bit annoying to find, but they both got one down. So we'll see if any of these ends up getting dewarded. But yeah, and I think it's worth, you know, the panel talked about it a lot, reiterating the stakes for this one. For Liquid, trying to secure themselves first in the region. You know, some people might think we're going into this, they're not going to be wanting to necessarily try their hardest because they already secured the major, but those DPC points matter a lot, particularly in this region. And then for Ooredoo, if they win, they're in. It's easy as that. As TA2000 going to get pulled back in, pop the refraction after.
Arrow.
The arrow is going to connect. And TA2000 looking pretty close to dead. Yes, Zai is going to be the one that cleans that up at the end.
That's a very big first blood for the top lane. Instant Ring of Basilius for Zai in their lane. They're going to be able to spam. Also TA2000, you know, skilling refraction level 1. Maybe not what you ideally would want, but, you know, hopefully they're going to be able to, you know, come back, get a lot of CS here. But yeah, great start for Liquid.
And you can see already the esportsbet.io odds changing by the second. As that one, first blood, not necessarily feeling great. But yeah, mid lane, Noob facing off against Nisha. And is there any lane in particular that you're feeling like is going to be really imperative to watch? Is it like that top line with the first blood coming out, or where are you sort of looking to see the sort of danger points?
I think bottom. I feel like this top lane is going to be a lot of trading. I don't really see too many kills coming out with a Phoenix and Mirana support. Zai is just going to farm, TA2000 is going to farm, but bottom, Clock can aggress on the Sniper, but Sniper Disruptor against a Clock Veno lane, I feel like Liquid, like 2-3 minutes into the lane, when these heroes get level 2-3, there's going to be a lot of back and forth down here. Just kidding.
As Kaori already goes down. So they do manage to find one up there on the top side of the map as Liquid start this one off 2-0. Not bad. Should be noted, I think that's a, what is that, Platinum tier? Or not Grandmaster for the Venomancer, but one of his most played. For Waiter, yeah. Having a very nice time with it and trying to build in those Wraith bands already.
Yeah, they're going to need these auras, I think, coming out from him. You know, I don't really see exactly why they picked the Veno. They probably want to help the Clock in the lane a bit, but yeah. Lane matchup shouldn't be too easy, but he's going to build your Wraith Band, your auras with degrees, at least most likely, and then look to really play this up-tempo, help your TA, help your Pango. Also going a little bit on Sania here.
Bring him down low, already caught with that Gale, forced back. That feels like it's the only one they can really go on, but if they go on him, they got to kill him, because otherwise it's going to be a glimpse back into a Mickey finish. 3-0 start.
I mean, Liquid, I don't think they could be starting much better, as Nisha's doing fine mid, you know, nothing too crazy happening yet in that lane. But this bottom lane, the more levels you get, especially on Sniper, like level 2 Shrapnel, then later level 3 Shrapnel, against these slow heroes, Veno and Clockwork, yeah, I think Ooredoo need to make sure that this bottom lane doesn't get out of control.
Right, and that is where there can, I mean, it's so interesting seeing this last big Veno. We saw it on the panel, all the things he said, but this is good.
Yeah.
If they can connect onto Mickey, the glimpse is going to be there, though. And now the slowdown, this is a pretty good power spike, hitting level 2
nice
on
block.
the Venomancer. And a couple more hits, he might even get denied. Insania able to bring down Mickey.
Man, this is like the worst feeling. This is, I even hate playing this hero. I'm Grandmaster, you do this Gale stuff, you're like, oh yeah, we're killing him. And then, just kidding, you use all your resources, he gets denied. Very nice play by Insania, and Mickey, he's just going to come back like nothing happened.
And in the mid lane, you saw Nisha there dodge the swashbuckle. Zai is pulling the creep wave past, and Kaori maybe in some trouble again. As another round of axes, the arrow connects mid-dive. And Boxy came to play today.
He's styling, that was a very cute kill. Now also TA2000, Zai's going to connect the waves here. As Noob has, oh, okay. He should be fine, right, up top? Yeah. I like Noob's skill build. He has a lucky shot. We don't see this too often, but when you can swashbuckle through the puck, who's already very low on armor, and you have the Blightstone, you can deal a lot of pressure. And he's got some pretty good CS on the Pango so far.
Yeah, it is definitely been having a pretty good time of keeping Nisha somewhat low on this puck. And a little bit ahead, 5 denies so far for that puck. We're sort of keeping our eyes both on the top and bottom lane, where you can see the disparity really existing. TA2000 having a great time, Waiter on this Venomancer very much not.
Yeah, it's at least he's got the wave in his tower for now. I'm really curious to see which item build he goes for later. And the closer we get to this like nighttime soon, we'll have the supports rotating as Noob in mid.
Arrow. Good dodge. Noob was a little bit slow on that one. Might have gotten brought down.
That's still such a big deal. Like, even if you don't get this kill, you give both the water runes to Nisha. Noob, he was like, okay, maybe I can go take the bounty rune. He probably asked, yo, is it taken? And yes, it is. So he has no refill. Insania bottom.
Some trouble. Caught in the cogs. And with a lot of harassment, it is going to be a deny again. Yes!
Oh, no.
Nikkei finds him, and now he's going to take 3 kills. This guy's a serial killer.
Oh, boy.
Tries to get out of there, but it won't happen. Oh, man.
Uh-oh. That is not what you want to have happen. 2 denies already in this bottom lane. So Ooredoo actually have 0 kills on the board.
Yeah. That feels quite bad. But, you know, to look on the bright side, he's gotten boots. He's getting some other things there. The glimpse back wasn't able to send Noob all the way back home. Seeing him making that move over and refilling the bottle. But, you know, he's at least getting, like, levels and some amount of farm on the Veno.
It's going to be a lot. The next couple minutes will have to be around Noob if they want to, you know, include anyone in this game on OT side and, like, help on the map. It's going to have to be him. And the supports, I don't think they're going to be able to do all that much until minute 10. Like, you're going to look at some tomes. So, for now, it's OT are either going to sit back or make a move with Noob. Like, he's currently their only way into this game in the next couple minutes.
And he does have Orb of Corrosion coming out, but not quite level 6. He's going to have it here in a second as up top, pulling these creep waves around. Trying to play around Zai, feeling pretty strong. A couple of little hits there.
Ooh, another one.
A boxy, and Zai gonna get brought down.
Oh, they got him.
Kaori with a really solid play there. 1 or 2 of the hits coming in from the Meld Strike, and it was enough. And down bottom,
another one.
Another death onto this Veno.
Yeah, I think from now on, bottom lane has got to be damage control from OT side. And top lane, those were some really nice blades from TA2000. He even had a Meld Strike, you know, blade go off of Boxy to get the last hit on Zai there. Very nicely played by them. Definitely, they need this. They need their rest to have a very good game because their bottom lane, it's a disaster.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see. And maybe that's sort of always been the thought, although Zai coming back in, and now with the roll, they're trying to make these plays around Noob. Nisha makes the move over. The Tango rotation is not going to bear fruit. And in fact, they might take down TA2000. Oh, a big rotation and a bigger kill. And 8-1. I'll say, for the 8-1 scoreline, the net worth lead is not feeling as intense as it might have looked that way.
That is true. I mean, the whole net worth lead, it's just Sniper against the Veno. Yeah. But Wooter is still having a pretty good time. Noob is also doing okay. TA2000, even with the dev. I mean, you're pretty close to the enemy tier 2 tower. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, usually not the place you want to be. But yeah, you know, if you just look at the kills, you're like, oh damn, this game is not looking good. But in terms of stats, still all okay.
Zai comes back in.
Arrow.
And Arrow, dodge. Kaori making some more of that magical damage, but willing to go for the all-in play, setting up TA2000, but with the death there of a couple creeps, Zai gets level 6, throws out the roar, takes down the Phoenix.
Okay, more trades.
Mark down bottom, gonna die again. Nikkei is just feasting in this lane.
Yeah, Mickey's like playing Alchemist at this point with how much gold he's getting in this game. He has 5 kills, it's 7 minutes.
That is kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know how dangerous this is. You're setting up for a sniper to just get completely out of control.
It's definitely very dangerous because your draft is not really that well equipped at dealing with sniper. Yeah, you have Clock, you have Pango, but there's a lot of counterplay for the sniper. He also has the Beast Aura. He's going to have all this lifesteal. And Mickey with these high levels, like maybe even on one of the next coils, they can look to bring him, you know, into mid, coil someone, one little shrapnel, bam, easy clap, easy kill.
So that is one thing I'm wondering about here, is like Sniper doesn't tend to build into a ton of HP items.
Yeah.
Do you think this Veno pick is like, he goes Blink Aghanims and just tries to kill them in that duration? I don't know what their plan is, but they will find a kill onto Noob here, it looks like. Leash Swash, not going to happen. Like, is there a different way he's going to try and play this? As Zai also gets brought down again on the top lane, and we're also going to be brought somewhat low. Omar tries to run in on him. Witter moves forward, gets some more of the damage out, and can they kill off Nikkei? Moves on in, and he's going to TP back home.
Well, okay, 12-3, still only 1k lead somehow. I don't know what's going on, but okay, so the Venno, you asked if he can do like some blink ags.
Like, what's his build going to be? What's his idea in this game? I feel like I never see this hero.
Well, I think first, the best thing you can do is to build auras and help your team, which he might still do. And then eventually, absolutely, I can see him go for a blink dagger, like just get in there, try to get your ult on some couple heroes, but it is really hard sometimes to try and make that build work because heroes can stand their ground, there's a lot of lifesteal, you maybe get a Satanic eventually on Mickey. As Boxy, yeah, this top lane is getting pretty annoying. Sure, now they're just going to park the Phoenix here. Curry is going to get a lot of levels. You have some TA traps around, so OT, you know, they're holding pretty well as TA2000 is on the top of the network now.
I know, despite having 2 deaths, you compare that to the sniper who's gotten 6 kills. It's kind of crazy how well she's been able to farm.
They're looking bottom.
Level 6 early from Mirana, Moonlight Shadow. I don't know if they're going to be prepared for this, but Nisha reveals on these wards, and everybody backs away.
Okay, both teams doing some very nice movement here, as you have OT, you know, try to alleviate some pressure from their Venno by moving down bottom, but Liquid, no. Okay, Mickey, in order for you to stay here, we need to angle, come over, so both teams kind of push each other away, which makes sure that Liquid get to hold the bottom lane. Nisha looking on a rune.
2000 chasing the orb. Nisha will not decide to go there. Noob thought about going for a moment with the roll. Nisha gets stuck behind some trees. It gets out of there. Already has that Witchblade completed too.
Yeah, I've seen this more often now, the just straight up Witchblade rush. But I like how OT are currently, you know, how they have their heroes on the map. STA2000 is going to eat an arrow. Liquid now, they should break the map open. You need to kick this Phoenix out of top or kill him and take the tower. Because right now, sure, you're doing fine. But just like look at the map. TA2000 is going to keep farming the jungle, take over mid. Phoenix is going to chill bottom. And then the Pango can play with the clock and maybe connect to the Venno or to any fight. So OT, they're pretty happy with the state of the game right now.
Yeah, in spite being down so much kills, they don't matter as much if you're getting the farm across the rest of it. Oiter holding this one very comfortably. You saw it building into those Greaves. Has Mech coming out soon. Nobody wants to gank into a Venno's lane, that's for sure. Feels terrible.
Yeah, like even though Venno lost his lane so hard, like with Pango, you know, being off the map every now and then, it's not that easy for Mickey to stay bottom, as they're going to make their move most likely to top.
Yeah, this is the call that you were asking for. Kick this Phoenix out if they can. Nisha and Sania both heading up to the top side, looking in the jungle, actually. We're hoping to find somebody there, but nobody's home.
No, it's just perfect. It's a very nice farming pattern. You know, farming the jungle into mid at some point when you feel like it can be a bit scary. Now's the time where maybe they're smoking on me. I'm going to farm right as they find Noob.
Static Storm, but Noob, he gets out of it. So all of these moves from Liquid not bearing fruit. They are going to farm out the jungle here with Zai, having that Helm of the Dominator creep. So that helps them a little bit, but still not taking down these towers and not really stopping Ooredoo from continuing to farm up. They've taken a gold lead now. Yeah, bounce it back and forth.
I mean, luckily for Liquid, it is a really good sniper game, so I'm not too, you know, they shouldn't be too afraid if this game does go later, as there's also a Moonlight Shadow happening all over the place.
TA2000 thought about going there for a second. But he is going to head off to the side. Roar down, can't manage to get the egg off. Don't know if he would have wanted it anyways. And, well, Noob also gets brought down by Mickey.
It's actually a dirty combo. They Moonlight Shadow, they coil you. He's been moving before that, so then he gets glimpsed. Back, it breaks the coil, and he basically instantly dies. So, for Liquid, looks like, I mean, somehow, so Zai got Coyote on his own, which is great. Now, the rest of them, they get to go bottom and even defend their own side. So now, Liquid in this last, like, 1.5 minutes, they're getting a lot of grip on the map now.
They certainly are. Retaking a little bit of control over this one. As 12 and a bit minutes in, they still haven't really been able to take down that top tower, get that much damage onto it, even after the Phoenix kill. Zai focusing instead on trying to get his farm up and wanting to get into that Helm of the Overlord, which does feel like it's going to be an incredibly strong timing.
Oh yeah, they're going to have a really good timing. I mean, for now, it feels like perhaps Liquid are just fine with holding the map, because perhaps what they think is, okay, if we bring all our heroes top, sure, we'll get the tower, but they'll just get bottom. And we're happy if the map stays even, because we feel that we have this beast with the sniper later, so we have the scaling going through. And a few minutes from now, both teams are going to have to think about Roach. You mentioned the Overlord. You're going to have the Overlord with the sniper. Enemy team, they're going to have a TA with a Desolator. So, you know, both teams are going to have to play around that.
I love that there. The fixing hotkey after you die. Like, yeah, no more, don't worry, guys. We got it sorted. Next time won't happen.
He would have BKB'd, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlucky for him. Wrong hotkey.
Almost has that diffusal blade completed too, we're talking about. And yeah, that first component of the Deso being delivered for TA2000 as Boxy and Noob kind of playing together here, sitting on top of a trap. And with the diffusal, was it a diffusal? Yeah, no, not even.
Trap.
Okay, the trap damage too.
I still really like what Boxy is doing here. You can tell when players are really feeling themselves when they're playing to like their max limit. He goes in here because he knows the catch is so little. He screws up TA2000's farm, he blocks the Ancients, forces people to come, and still gets out. Because Omar, he's not level 6 yet. They need to help a brother out right now.
It's a bit rough. And then the other issue here is, while that move is going on, Liquid's like, all right, you're going to stick the Phoenix top, we'll just come on in and take the mid tower then. And there was no real contention for that at all.
No, absolutely not. They didn't want to have anything to do with that, as top lane, Kaori, going to be in a bit more trouble. Glimpse.
Just is going to pop the egg. I mean, I will say, one thing that they have going for them on Ooredoo is this is an enormous Phoenix at this point in the game. Level 8 on him, he is going to do so much damage in these later fights because he also almost already has the shard.
I mean, he's going to be very strong, but he's going to rely on his team going in as going to dive away, maybe do some little burn out of the map into TP out. Who doesn't love this play?
Perfect, perfect. No way to stop that one.
But he's using a pay-to-lose skin. You literally see the numbers circling on the bottom.
Okay.
Definitely minus 2% win percent there on Dota Plus. Don't like that at all.
Change it, please. Well, they take the other top tower, so the sort of differential in the map right now is just that Liquid haven't lost theirs mid yet, while TA2000's trying to get into her item. And you can see Liquid walking again over these traps. With the diffusal blade done, when is Ooredoo's timing when they're going to try and play together? You're still a little ways away from Greaves, too, on this Venomancer.
They can look at any point as long as they don't overreach. For them, it's a lot about, okay, where can Clockwork go without overcommitting, where Pango can follow up with the swashbuckle diffusal. Because these next 2-3 minutes are going to be super crucial. Whoever wins like the 16, 17, 18-minute teamfight in this dire jungle is going to get Roche. And they're going to be dictating the next 10 to 15 minutes of the game, literally off of the back of the next fight.
No vision right here as TA2000's finishing off those Ancients, but Noob and Omar, they will drop down a ward actually and get that D ward in the area. So that salvages things a little bit for them as Kaori still holding on to this top lane. Playing very, very farmed.
He's getting a lot of levels too. Like getting the shard with, he's going to have level 3 Sunray. If a fight goes well, maybe level 4. That can like really help out, you know, Noob on the Pango. Perhaps he gets coiled and then the Sunray comes in with the mech. He gets to stay alive, gets his roll-off, who knows. As now, Noob is forced to TP bottom because, again, Boxy is just being an annoying little rat.
Constantly keeping that one shoved out there. Yeah, very annoying to play against. Hawk heading through towards mid as Mickey is queuing up the Deso for himself, but they're moving in.
I like this
Moonlight
movement.
Shadow, they find him. Kaori in some trouble on this Phoenix. Does have egg ready, but they're just going to drop it down, and it's enough. They find the kill. Is that enough to make them think they can go Roche? No way. They're all heading that way. There's no way that happens.
Yeah, it's just a bit annoying, right? For now, against the Dire Heroes, you need a little more than that. There's Rocket, there's a TA Traps. It's a good fight for Pango as well with the roll. There's Veno wards, but a lot of these small things. You have Boxy pushing out the bottom lane. They know they're going to force a TP. The moment that happens, they TP mid themselves and make a quick play. Because Noob on Pango, he can't be there that fast. There's no boots of travel, as he's now in a bit of a funny situation.
Had to run away and dodge the glimpse that he was worried about since, again, Liquid playing very much in a big old ball together. It does look like that TA Shard is coming out now, Zone 2. And very close to Greaves for the Veno. I mean, as hard of a timing as this is going to be, like Helm of the Overlord done for Beastmaster, I do feel like the Ooredoo are kind of dealing with it somewhat okay.
Oh, they definitely are. I mean, the fight hasn't happened yet. Both teams are going to be incredibly strong when it comes to that. Boxy just going to take out a ward. Look,
man, look.
Ooh, close.
Would have been a kill.
Super close. I do like that TA2000. He has the shard. It can really cause a lot of issues in the next fight. You know, maybe Mirana doesn't get to leap out. You know, they get to silence Nisha in the team fight. Boxy again. Just toying around with them for now. No hookshot.
Has to be TPing out of there. Mark couldn't catch up with the Tumbler's toy. Still posturing on this side. Things getting a little bit spicy here. And catching onto the boars too.
Easy farm.
Old Omar.
Or maybe easy dev.
The mama boar didn't like that.
Oh, see you later, bro.
They're gonna kill Omar off. the Triceratops. Pretty big blow up there.
Nope, just a easy kill. Looks like for now, if neither team like breaks the map really, it's just gonna be a bit of a farm standoff. Because both teams, it's hard for them to just force this Roche fight.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, can we slowly like engage and take off more in your jungle? If we can, maybe then we can fall back to the Roche. Because now I think Liquid, with this pickoff and nicer lanes pushed in, and they have like some cool hawk vision, they're gonna try. But Ooredoo can always scout and come for the fight.
They're grouped together, but you're really close to a couple key things. That Blink Dagger on Pango, and he actually gets it right now. So that's going to be delivered out to him along with these Greaves, and it feels like this is a timing when they want to try and hit it and take the fight to Liquid.
I wouldn't mind seeing OT go for a fight, even though they're 4K down. If they get this initiation off, like they can just overwhelm you and overpower you in the fight. Hookshot with the roll blinking in, then there's a Sunray. TA runs in with the blade.
Hook is going to be there immediately onto Zai, but they have the Static Storm. It's not going to be enough. Way too much damage. He actually went into the Static Storm, but the egg gets off afterwards. They have the control. Any way to break it. Jumps forward. Boxy. He manages to pop that egg, but look, Noob right on top of Mickey. They've found him. This is way too much damage coming out from OT as they take down another one. A buyback from Boxy, though, wants to clean this fight up. Noob jumps in, almost gets the snipe now onto Nisha. They drop down the wards, misses on the swashbuckle. Nisha within deny range. Noob thinking about jumping, but Nisha will get out.
What a nail biter. My god, like these last 10 seconds. There was a crucial arrow in that fight on the TA.
Yeah, that was incredibly close. If she doesn't get caught right there, it's absolutely curtains in that couple of moments. So Boxy, very clutch play there and trying to get towards the Yules. We'll see what these next couple of minutes bring us, but does this sort of feel like the point where, I mean, they're not going for Roche, obviously. Is there going to be an attempt at another one of these fights before we see that happen?
I think there's going to be another fight.
Okay. We'll see what ends up happening there as 20 minutes in, although Liquid, no, they're just going to try and take it with no Pango roll. Wait, they have it back up again. Oh, do they realize? I mean, they're on a trap. They are fully aware that this is happening, but they have the TA on the other side there. Noob, not going in for the roll yet. The Clockwork Flare seeing all of this. They didn't bring anything to deward that trap. They do still have the blink ready. Phoenix thinking about going. Jump forward, Noob with the roll, but the Aegis is on the ground, and the stun is there. Somebody deny the Aegis. No, Zai moves in. He takes the Aegis away, and they're going to kill him off immediately. Kaori getting ran down by Nisha. As the rest of this fight continues, still some battery assault going for Omar. Caught him caught there. The jump in from TA2000, trying to hit onto Zai, was getting some cogs there for a second. But in the end, Noob will die to Zai, but with vision in the pit, a couple more hits coming out, and my god, the specialist array, I've never seen that be valuable like that before. As Nisha jumps, tries to find the snipe now to TA2000. Does not look like it's going to happen, but Boxy misses on that arrow and will be burning down, but not enough for the kill.
Okay. All right, honestly, this fight was way too long. Even with the start, Zai barely gets the Aegis here. He's so close to his BKB. It's going to help him out a lot in the next fight, but even... yep, Aegis dropped too. I don't even know.
I mean, it's again down to less than 1,000 gold separating the two teams, but 22-9. You'd think this was a complete and total shutout, but it's just not happening. Wait a minute, did I see that right? Phoenix is queuing up a Hex.
He's chilling. He can go for the big boy items. He's got the Philly Stone. I'm surprised he doesn't want to go for Shivas, at least for now. You know, he might still swap that up.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind. He just bought the orb. He's going to go with the Hex.
I mean, yeah, if you get a chance to, you might as well just keep going in for the all-in play. A dive into Hex sounds pretty hype to me.
I mean, getting this overwhelming go in and then getting to Hex, it can really make a big difference to make sure that off of the roll, people don't get to BKB, and you can keep the fight going. Because with OT, they need this jump in, and they need to keep it going once that happens.
Well, I think this is one of those moments now where you think about how different things could have looked if, you know, a couple of those fights just turn out a little bit differently. But over these next couple of minutes with no Aegis now, that felt like it was a huge timing. Kaori is going to get pulled back in, and he's going to get brought down. How much does the game change now?
Honestly, it's going to be a lot about map play now, as Zai going to be rolled on. Has a roar if he gets to see.
Just going to drop it there. There are TPs moving in. Sniper in the area. Noob goes for the swash away. Trying to keep him alive, but Noob is going to die. So a lot of good things happening, and then suddenly it kind of falls apart for OT. They lose the Phoenix down bottom, now losing the Pango up top.
They're getting caught out in not the best positions. Phoenix, Kaori was a bit too deep down bottom. Now you have Pango. I understand. So sure, you see Liquid bottom killing your Phoenix, so you want to like push in and try to get the kill going, but it's not. You need TA2000 to be there, like right on top of the stuns to get the damage done. Liquid, they just get to reinforce, and if the game stays like this, Liquid are they should be feeling good. Your puck is scaling. You have the Sniper versus TA matchup with more auras. He's got the BKB. He's got a growth bow. So yeah, it's going to be an OT eventually to keep making these moves, overpower, and try to win fights.
We'll see if they can do just that. As right now, at least, Liquid are the ones that are set up on the top side of the map. Now, they do have Noob showing up here, and lots of TA traps around. At least there were some over there in the lane, but securing that there's vision in the area. Mickey with his BKB done, along with that Hurricane Pike, feeling very strong.
So they're going to smoke up. Nisha also has a DD rune in his bottle for one of the next fights, and even he is about to become very strong in this game. Like, this puck is no joke. 180 damage, Beast Aura, double damage rune, Kaya Sanj. He's going to start hurting.
By the way, the Specialist array with TA is awesome. I freaking love that.
And we saw it last fight. Even when he's just farming, it helps him so much. As lives.
Hook shot finds the summons. Kaori gonna live. Get
silence.
The supernova. Oh, the damage. He's out of there. Zai trying to escape. They have a way to break that with the BKB TP out. Sania, he's not going to be so lucky. So OT take a solid fight. They keep themselves alive, and that trap making all the difference in the world from TA2000. Didn't have to pop her BKB.
Honestly, if you're Liquid right now, or if I'm Nisha, I would ask for someone to buy a gem. Yeah. Like, don't play into these traps anymore. They're going to keep silencing you. It's so annoying. He has no Dispel. He's queuing up the E-Blade, so, you know, that will help you too, but there's so much magic damage coming out from them as well.
Omar potentially get found. God, look at the damage from Mickey. All it takes there is a second, and it all falls apart. The sun, it comes out now. They find the Phoenix. So a double for Zai. These kills just keep getting traded back and forth.
Okay, that was
bodies.
A bit too easy for them. You didn't even have the Beast BKB. You didn't even have Nisha being up. But, you know, Liquid, they're going to gladly collect those, as there's a gem now on Boxy. I definitely do like that. Like, these TA traps from, you know, TA2000 they did way too much. You know, not only even in the fights of the silences, alone the vision that they give you on the map and scouting these heroes is just such a big deal.
Well, seeing if they can take away all of this vision now. And, I mean, that has been sort of the source of a lot of the issues that Liquid have been running into. Ooredoo going to need to find another way to play with solid vision here. And that's the benefit of playing with Beastmaster, too, for Liquid. A lot of the fights that have gone well for them have been by virtue of either Shrapnel or just those Hawks floating around.
Yep, there's a lot of vision going on. You have the Moonlight Shadow, Arrow, you have Hawks, Shrapnel, Puck orbing around, and Gem already coming, you know, into play. Getting some orbs, getting wards, getting the traps. English do be hard sometimes. Boxy.
Another
gotta make it out.
Interesting thing here that we're seeing is the latent toxicity for the Veno. So now all of these dispels gonna not be nearly as effective, which should be an interesting thing to watch. See how that one ends up playing out here for Warrior.
I mean, if they can get the initiation on the Sniper or the Beast with maybe a cogback, and he gets to connect the shard on them, they're dead.
Yeah.
Sure, even if they get the BKB off, they're going to be stunned, and TA2000, he will just shred them into pieces in like 1 second.
It's a really cool combination if they can actually make that work.
Yeah.
But of course, that is sort of dependent upon finding the right heroes at the right time. And if you're not coming back to defend these towers, this is a tier 2 going down. OT not responding to it, and they're going to need to send somebody back because the creep is still going through the top lane.
Okay, as Liquid, they're trying to be, what, one step ahead? They're like, again, we have this pressure top, they might leave, and they had an insane ward on all of them, sure. It was just taken out. Let's see how this is going to go.
They're not actually pushing all the way with the other creep, but they do manage to find a courier pickoff running into the area where there's a lot of vision. Boxy sends himself forward, dropping down some sentries, but not connecting in for this chase. It looks like Liquid don't want to run to that jungle, for good reason.
Oh, absolutely. They know not to overplay. Boxy looking for another courier, will not quite get it. I mean, OT were also doing a nice job. They were falling further down to the bottom, playing in their own ward. Their top tier 3 taking a bit of a beating. Now they're mid tier 2 as well. So OT probably going to have to reconsider their positioning now.
Yeah, after taking that other one. They did TP Boxy down bottom, but this is going to be another tower taken by Liquid with no response yet. As Ooredoo still sticking to their guns, still hanging out in this bottom jungle, while top continues to get dropped lower and lower. They will be forcing out a glyph. So glyph used by Ooredoo, as the rest of the team gonna start to make that move up towards top.
They're smoking, but they used all their wards bottom in the earlier fights.
Yeah, no vision here is a little bit scary. They take down one. That's the halberd. That's a big kill to get. Insania caught right at the start with the jump forward from TA2000.
Nice,
gonna be roared. Didn't get BKB off with the roll through. Maybe a save. Not gonna happen. TA gone. This fight is not gonna work for them. Trying to escape with everybody that they can, but it's going to be Clockwork dead. And the glyphs back on to the Venomancer. Oh man, no BKB, no way to survive through that one.
And perfect timing into the Roche as well. Like OT, they played the last minutes really well, as did Liquid. Liquid are like, okay, we don't want to step in this bottom area too much. If we force OT to use their wards there, they ran out of the vision now. Liquid hold their ground, beautiful fight from them, and now second Roche.
A very, very clean performance from Liquid, and like you said, for this game, it's going to come down to vision, who it is that finds who, and how these fights start off. Noob now found by Boxy, and he's got to be careful also. Will they be able to run him?
Very close into some Yule arrow. Boxy just going to farm out some more traps. No, they're going for more. Moonlight.
Kaori, this is the Scythe reveal. This is not the Scythe reveal that they wanted. As the arrow's there, now trying to kill him off, but the Hex, the turn?
Mickey's here.
No, Mickey does way too much damage, and Noob just has to TP out. But look at the damage! God.
Well, Blast Rig is a pretty good item. We've seen like these Pangos more and more when they play into these TAs and snipers. You need a defensive item. You need to pray that you get a Dragon Scale, a Blast Rig. Maybe you build a Halberd, as he has a BKB, looking to get into a Linken's for now, just to not get roared, because he's playing into a lot of issues. He can even just get roared into Mickey clicking him down, and he's just going to die.
Yeah, he needs so much right now. They presented a really big problem there with this draft. Now, the Hex does change things, I feel like, a pretty considerable amount, particularly for Puck. Like, if they manage to find Puck, I mean, I guess they still need TA2000 to jump him, though, because they don't really have the damage to kill outside of the Hex.
Yeah, honestly, whoever they want to kill, he has to be a part of it, and that's a bit of a problem that they're running into now in this draft. OT could perhaps still look to fight. Like, let's say you jump Mickey with your Hex, you get him killed, and right as he dies, you drop the egg. So the moment he respawns, he's just gonna get egg stunned in like this area that also Liquid don't want to run into. So maybe this is what OT are planning for.
And this would be big if they can get it. Hook shot in, Cogs, push back, the Hex to follow, but look at the turn, and now the Static Storm is down. They gotta keep Kaori alive. Will they be able to? No. But with Puck dead too, that might salvage things a little bit. Mickey's still there, roared up for the second as TA. They can't get on top of him. Mickey is so strong. Even in this BKB though, they have to respect the power of TA2000. Jump forward, Boxy survives on the Yules, and one last meld strike. It's not gonna quite be enough, but they get the vision for the second. Now, Mickey trying to run away from Noob, chase forward. No bash means no
TP
catch,
out, everyone.
which means no chance for a kill. But that fight going better for Ooredoo.
Whoa, if Boxy doesn't hit that arrow on the Phoenix diving in, that could have been a disaster. Because on mid-dive, he gets arrowed into a Static Storm. And that honestly turned the whole fight. Liquid could have lost that fight way harder. You'll see it here. Or maybe not. It already happened.
So we take a look at that replay right there. And yeah, feeling very, very crazy. I mean, breakdown, like, was this basically the way that you envisioned this going for OT?
Yeah, like if you can take a fight in this area where you clearly get to go, and you dive, Hex, you get all this damage coming out on a sniper, and then you drop the egg on top, it's really hard for Liquid to like maneuver around the fight, because your sniper is dead. He's supposed to like kill the egg. So there's too much being like kind of, you know, thrown at you. So OT, even though they're so far behind, they know exactly what they need to do.
Well, let's see if they can do it again now. As still have that Hex and also still have Egg since it didn't get off in the last fight. Maybe he's going to queue up a BKB next for Kaori. Who knows? This guy's gotten so much gold this game. But Boxy right there with him in terms of net worth with the Greaves and Yules done.
Yeah, the Philosopher's Stone definitely helping Kaori a lot. Currently queuing up a gem. I wouldn't mind seeing a Blink Dagger either. You know, then you remove this chance of maybe I dive into a static, I dive into an arrow, so you can just blink, egg, use the Sunray. You know, that could help him out.
The full Daedalus stun. Yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic right now because 7k gold up on Liquid, and a lot of that is just sort of this Beastmaster being, you know, that much further ahead of this Venomancer, which means he's got a whole nother item, which is that Heaven's Halberd, and now a Puck finished Lincoln Sphere. So immediately upon, you know, getting hexed and killed off in that last one, Nisha's like, all right, no more playtime. He had a refresher queued up for a bit.
It's definitely good that he swapped it over to the Lincolns. Just, you know, try to build items that make it more problematic for the enemy team to deal with you. So we have a smoke.
Vision. They see him. Do they want to go on him, though?
Boxy.
Chase, egg down, looks for it, but the jump, hook shot, tries to interrupt. No, didn't want to use it.
Instant buyback.
It was going to be a problem. So, with the chase down and the roll there, it's a pretty good static storm again. And Mickey gets jumped on, but the Yule Scepter to interrupt. He can't get the Cogs pushback. So Mickey gets the BKB off. TA2000 just having to run into him. Does he have enough damage to kill him off in time with the chase forward? Looking for it, and yes, they get the finish. Nisha there, dropping low. TA2000 barely living on nothing. And Nisha can't get enough for the kill. With Refraction and a regen rune is spotted for him.
Gaimin do be blessed in OT right now. I mean, honestly, he deserves it after that fight performance. God damn.
Gaimin wants Ooredoo to go to the major, and there are no buybacks on anybody.
Ooh, that is definitely just a free racks. Free racks into what? Push mid? Maybe do more?
I mean, OT, I don't know.
OT are going to be in a big lead after this one. Let's see. Okay, Glyph. So they're going to get another Glyph.
I mean, there are tier 2 towers obviously still up in the mid and the top lane. TA2000 looking for a second. Oh, dude, are they calling for it? Dude, they don't have buybacks. OT, can they actually go for the all-in right now? I mean, it's kind of a crazy play. You can see that there's some questions back and forth of if they should or not. And yeah, buybacks are now back up again. TA2000 going for it, starting to hit the tier 4 towers. They want to force these buybacks. I don't think Liquid necessarily need to. With 25 seconds left on Nisha, they're thinking about keeping this pressure going.
They'll just get some more gold. Maybe a tier 4.
Yeah, I think they'll get out of there.
Maybe go into the mid tier 2, as we have another glimpse back.
Wow.
Okay. Maybe I get to finally talk about the fight that happened, what, 1 or 2 minutes ago in the jungle?
Maybe.
That was I feel like Liquid, they had the W already. The egg was forced, but then they decided to go in and kill it. So here, you know, we have a bit of the dancing. So here, it's forced. Boxy wants to go out, but Zai goes in, which it looks good. But they overplay. There's a great buyback from the Phoenix, and now suddenly the whole fight gets turned around. Because Zai, he doesn't have BKB anymore. He traded it for the Phoenix egg. And now this whole fight just gets turned around because TA2000, look at him. He just chats it up, keeps right-clicking. Mika doesn't stand a chance.
Press forward on keyboard. Walk at him.
Very good.
Yeah, and nobody breaking Blink Daggers either, so he was able to go for the easy chase. And God, living here is so nuts. I can't believe they survived that.
That's why auras are good. Guardian Greaves, Pipe.
Good items. And of course the regen at the end just to seal the deal. But Liquid, after being in a somewhat comfortable lead for a decent portion there, it's a pretty steep drop-off. But still, Dota Plus right now favoring them and where they're at this point in time in the game. As you can see, the esportsbet.io odds into the favor now of Ooredoo. Where do you see this game going over the next couple of minutes? Obviously, Roche, 40 seconds till it's capable of respawning.
On it, it's really hard. It all comes down to team fights. I would still say that Sniper has a very good time in this game, but Liquid, they need to play team fights different. I think you need to... The way they should look at it is that Sniper, if he just gets to stand his ground, he's gonna win these fights. So you need to play long fights. They should not overplay. Let Mickey like bounce around in the fight. And Zai, I think he needs to be patient. Make sure that Sniper has your aura. Let Sniper be the one to commit on the egg. He decides. And if TA2000 commits in, you blink roar him. Otherwise, you just chill.
Save that roar if they can for that TA. And she already has the MKB done too. So those little bits of evasion, Sniper already going all the way in.
Hook shots.
They find him there, break him, kill him. Nisha didn't stand a chance. We're not in position on Liquid. And now trying to run away, they don't have that many tools at their disposal.
I just love the confidence. You see the opening, you know, quick hook shot into the cockback. Feels great. Insta kill there. And TA 2000, he's level 26 now. This level 25 talent on TA with the bonus refractions, it ain't a joke.
Yeah. Incredibly hard to deal with. Well, Beastmaster queuing up and going into a Aether Lens, and I believe that's going to be Octarine Core on the menu. But waiting for Roche, and it's a quick respawn. Oh, 50 seconds.
Ooh, they're going to have to buy back on Liquid to then later on take this fight, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, they definitely need to. Although right now, no trap
OT
in
don't
the pit.
know yet.
They're looking, hunting, finding Insania there, get vision, but the hook shot on the bird! I cannot believe that, but the roll forward and now jumping, finding that beast after the turn, but the egg is there, and yeah, Mickey gone. Oh my goodness, OT looking for more, but they don't have a creep wave mid, and what they will see that Roche is back up again as soon as that trap is laid down. There's also a bird in there which scouts it out as Boxy playing around with Kaori.
Okay.
Catching the wave and going right into the pit.
That's just a free Roche. Even if you can't even buy back here. Okay. OT doing a lot of good. This Hex is doing God's work on Kaori.
Yeah, what an incredible pickup. I mean, it's gotten them everything that they've needed so far. That follow-up that's there. I mean, she was talking about it in the panel that, you know, you have this clockwork catch with Hook. If you can't blow them up, you need another form of disable. And, well, Phoenix gets a disable if you buy a Hex.
Yeah, why pick stuns when you can just buy them? Also, like, for now, I just really love to see what OT are doing with their itemization, how they're playing on the map. Kaori now, queuing up an Aeon Disc. He can't really get bursted down. The only way they're going to stop him is what he dives in, gets stunned, Aeon Disc gets popped, and hopefully he gets static stormed. Right. But otherwise, these items and the way they're moving around the map right now is very beautiful.
I think that we have seen a huge explosion in the amount of like late game hexes over the past couple of weeks, and even more so now we're seeing the even earlier ones come out. And if you think about Ooredoo and the way that they played this game, so much of it was just giving space to that Phoenix.
Yeah.
Even when they were making like 4-man smoke rotations to catch up on the top side of the map, they left him bottom to farm out waves, just ensuring that he was getting that item.
So they're going to smoke up. They're drawing a line to go through bottom. Perhaps they have a ward. They want to like smoke close to the base, drop it right inside and get a quick kill with a dive hex or maybe hook shot.
Zai under Moonlight in the area. And there are some wards. Might feel safe here. As Moonlight Shadow is about to wear off, this could be an opening into the base. Omar spots him right there to the side and finds it. No, he misses, but they get the Hex. That might be enough as they chase through, roll and Winter on top of him, and Mickey, he's gone. I mean, who needs to go high ground when you can just walk there? Now you got to defend your own base.
Honestly, that is just such a Chad play. Like, you just smoke around on these high-range heroes. They're not expecting this. And again, dive Hex. What do you do as Mickey? You just die. You get turned into a pig, and then you get rolled on, and what do you know? You're dead.
Unreal. And going in for the tier 4 towers, forces out the buyback from 1, but Sniper doesn't have buyback. He's 25 gold away, and that's going to be a full set of racks. Do they just go top next? I mean, if they want to, 60 seconds, no Sniper, they're saying, no, we're going on in for the tier 4s. Nisha trying to buy some space now.
They're buyback checking right now.
I know they are, and he has it back up again now. So if they want to, they can buy back on the Sniper, waiting to see what OT decide to do. Jump forward, finds him, Zai there, and there's the buyback, but the hook shot, and then the Force Staff trying to keep Zai alive. Omar backs away with the jetpack, gets caught by that lasso, Oil is Witter. Gets turned upon, and TA2000, no way to save this one with the Aegis forward, but the Phoenix is going to die. It went in a bit too far. Noob tries to TP out, the roar is there, finds Mickey, that is going, finds themselves the TA. There's going to be BKB TP out, gets it off.
He's dead.
And still dead.
Oh, no. My friendos.
What have they done?
Well, they were buyback checking and figured out it is up, but they went a little too deep as Liquid. They've got a lot of time on their hands. I feel like we've seen this before. Is it time to run down mid, my friends? TA no buyback? Then they throw it back to OT?
Potentially.
Who knows?
Throws. It could happen.
Wait 1 minute to find out.
What a swing.
Ooh, it's going to swing even more. They're dead for over a minute.
Yeah, that's a pretty big problem. And trying to get some of these bounty runes even, it looks like, oh, Noob wanted to run out there and grab a bounty rune, but maybe a little concerned about the heroes running down lanes and can't get there in time.
They're even giving the Philosopher's Stone right now to TA2000 to try and get closer to this buyback with the stone and this bounty rune, but without a bounty they won't really have it, as Venno Wooter is already building the great defense in the mid lane with 7 Plague Wards. Let's see how much it really does.
You shall not pass.
It's gonna E-blade some noobs, hopefully make some space. Let's see. It looks like Liquid are just kind of chilling. Get the whole map in control. Like, look at it. Top lane is pushing in all the way. Bottom at the tier 2. Mid is pushing in. They also got a gem back in this last fight, or maybe they rebought it. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, Liquid definitely clawing their way back in with this insane base defense.
And they just need to get this Linken's on Mickey. Like, it has to happen. He is rushing it as quickly as he can on the sniper, as Nisha going in and, well, trying to farm up the entire rest of the map there too. But yeah, they've cut into the lead from what it was quite significantly. It's down to 4K now after everybody from Ooredoo respawns. But until that Linken's comes out, there is still this problem of what does Mickey do against Dive Hex? He doesn't have an answer. He's going to have it in very short amount of time in 700 gold. But look at Ooredoo. They're already running out across the map. They might be trying to make this move happen before that goes on. And another DD for TA2000.
All right, DD smoke up, bros. This is a big timing. I mean, if he gets to hit, people are dying fast.
He still needs a little bit more gold on Mickey. I think Ooredoo, you know, you can't make any half measures. They got to go for the all-in play before that comes out. At least to some extent. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible for them, but it would be a lot easier to kill him without the Linken's.
Absolutely. I mean, he's playing cautiously. He's chilling in his own fountain. A bit too hard to kill him there.
Yeah. Well, for now.
For now. Wait a couple minutes. We'll see TA2000 in the enemy fountain.
Oh, good job here, though, pushing out that top lane with those Beastmaster summons.
I mean, eventually someone from OT they're going to have to go back. That's a free tower, and if you don't respond to it, Zai will gladly hit away your buildings.
Yeah, they really want to find a pickoff, it looks like. But, you know, this is not insignificant. They're running a bunch of heroes up their top, but they need to deal with this as Range Rax is dying.
Bah! Bah!
Starting to bah! Oh, that's another one that could be pretty cool. I think we just saw their Boxy trying to finish off a Wind Waker.
I wonder if that's better than a Linken's, because I feel like even if you Yule him, there's going to be this egg on top.
Right.
So I don't know if there's enough time once he comes down for him to actually get out. But we'll see. It's a good choice. You can tell that they understand we need to help Mickey out in one way or the other.
Right. Keep him alive by any means necessary. And we haven't really been able to see this Heaven's Halberd either placed on the TA2000.
Yeah.
BKB'd or Zai just dying. Roche, 1minute and 15 away. And it looks like Ooredoo, they actually want to play the safe route and try and defend for another Roche fight.
I mean, you need to be careful now. Like, both teams are basically doing the same thing on the map.
Yeah.
They're holding their ground. If you overplay, it's going to be very easy for you to just die. And in the meantime, Boxy, he's like, I don't want any part of this. I'm going to get some gold, get some farm, and eventually, Nisha poking a bit.
There was a weird interaction there coming out where they had Vision able to do a little bit of damage with the Stormcrafter, revealed himself. But 46 minutes in, and Ooredoo were on the verge of ending this game. Ended up overplaying, and now we're in sort of this stalemate mode.
And now this bot lane is quite annoying, though, for Liquid. They're constantly going to have to push it out with someone. And Liquid, I would say they should be pretty happy if Insania gets closer to this Axe. He's only 400 gold away. That's like a huge win condition for them.
If they can get to that one, that would be enormous. Arrow.
Oh, nice block.
Blocks that one. Keeps his buddy alive. Zai takes that opportunity. Aeon Disc, dive back. And reset, but 140 seconds where they won't have Aeon Disc. It's 1minute and 40 seconds until Roche is back up.
It's definitely a bit of timing in between as Nisha.
Silence. Hook shot. Lincoln's
caught,
broke. Caught. Bounce. Back
Another
and
one.
forth and gone. No Nisha for 100.
Well, it's hard to play Dota if you're chain stunned. That was beautifully done by OT.
Arrow splits the uprights. They retake this high ground now. And Liquid, they're going to have to shove out these other side lanes again. A little bit too scary.
Ooh, they're going to have to wait. And they don't exactly know when Roche respawns. As OT, they're just going to continuously kill the Hawks. And this is a weird situation because if you're not buying back now, I don't know if you can def Roche. By the time it spawns, OT kill it so quickly with the Deso, Daedalus, double meld. So this next Roche, it might just be OTs if they're going to be in a good position.
I mean, they have to deal with these side lanes first no matter what. But as soon as they're sort of show off map, that might be an opportunity where Nisha buys back. We'll see what their decision is at that point. Still showing a lot of heroes on the ground, trying to find him. Zai, hook shot connects. And the Beastmaster going to die, and that for sure gives them a huge leg up in this window.
Yep, the TA trap. It spotted Zai. They instantly TP. They get him killed, and now, I mean, the same story. Now you have even more time when Roshan respawns. Liquid do have a Hawk, so they will know the moment it respawns.
Yeah.
But if they don't double buyback the moment it happens, I don't think they can contest. They might even be too late if they instantly buyback. I'm not sure. Let's see.
It's really tough to get out there.
It's really, really hard right now.
But look at this, our OT, they're actually grouping to look for high ground with Roche respawning in 3. This is a very bold call.
Let's see. They'll reconsider perhaps. It is up.
Okay, and yeah, 4th Roche, I feel like you've got to go take that one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an Ags. You have a couple good choices to give it to. I don't really want to see it on TA2000 because he is so fat that he can just get it himself.
I think the Beastmaster Hawk died right as Roche was respawning too. So a bit of bad luck there, and it is going to be OT getting it, and Noob picking up a free Aghanims for himself.
Ooh, yeah, this Pango is big. And look at all these A on this too now.
Yeah.
It's not just the Phoenix, it's also the Pango. A lot of gold on TA2000 as well, sitting on 9k. We'll definitely like to see him invest in something. Maybe a Moon Shard, eat the Ags. You'll still have buyback. You have the Aegis. You know, you can chat it up a little bit.
Do what you want.
Exactly.
Well, making sure all their lanes are shoved out first, which they are, and Liquid are going to have to make a hell of a high ground defense here. In terms of buybacks, again, they have it on everybody except for Disruptor, who did buy out for that Aghanims. Zai very close as well with about 50 gold away. And then on the side of Ooredoo, the Phoenix does not have it.
They might look to replicate the play from earlier. Smoke around, drop a ward, get a quick jump.
Boxy playing down there. Will they go for him first?
Moonlights.
Trying to break these smokes now. And, well, he's in a good position to do just that.
Oh, they're so close.
Axes out to the side. Omar walks on in. Zai breaks the smoke. Go Scepter, back away.
Jet back away, my friend. Get out. Bam.
How dare you come to our base?
Now you better jet on out of there. As now, okay, OT were like, could have worked. You know, not the biggest deal that it didn't. As now Liquid, they're going to have to really, really execute these next couple fights because they're far behind. And these OT heroes, they are scaling and they're becoming so damn tanky.
Yeah, they are really a problem to deal with. And so many different ways to try to make these weird initiations happen. Phoenix still hanging on to that refresher shard. 25s, they just get it on Beastmaster. That's the Primal Roar cooldown now. So can maybe even have 2 of them in a fight. 22-second cooldown is not bad at all.
Not bad at all. 20-second cooldown Roar. As Mickey also got his 25 talent. It's going to be able to pierce the coil. Maybe that's, you know, a good condition against Pango. Maybe they get to whack away at him with Mickey. But yeah, their spell usage is going to have to be on point, whether it's the Roar or this Axe Static Storm. But yeah.
I don't know if they've revealed that Aghanims is done yet either. They might have seen it on one of the rocket flares. Might have caught sight of him for a second.
They probably didn't see it, but they should know it.
Right, well, they can click up too if they did reveal him for a second.
Yeah, if he's ever been shown on the map, then they can definitely check. But at this point, you know what Liquid are playing for. There's like some big items coming out, or they're hoping for you to overplay. So there aren't too many options on Liquid, so make sure that you think actively of what to do. As for now, looks like OT, I mean, it's not too easy for them to just go and break the base, right? It's
Yeah.
also why we saw them do the smoke around, so perhaps they're just going to continue to farm out the map until, you know, a play presents itself.
It's a possibility, definitely. There's a lot of the areas to farm. Insania, like we talked about with that Agnum's done, but Boxy also finishing off the Wind Waker. So they have 2 different ways now to try and salvage. And of course, the Lincoln's shenanigans that are there too. But 52 minutes in, an OT sitting on this Aegis, a minute 40 left on it. If they don't make a go now, then they might wait for the next one. Who knows?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, they can try to do these plays over and over with every smoke they're getting.
Yeah.
To like try and, okay, we go here. Because if Liquid aren't leaving the base, it's just not easy for OT to feel comfortable going up this high ground. And you're like, okay, you want to just chill in your base? We'll farm the entire map.
And they're going to do just that, and Liquid don't feel comfortable leaving the base at a moment's notice. Now, there's probably like a couple of pain points that could come out from this on the side of Ooredoo. Like, if they don't have bots on these heroes and sort of a smoke out happens, Liquid could take a couple kills if they ever get their lanes in a decent position.
I mean, Liquid can definitely look like on this Aegis Expire to get out.
Yeah.
The only reason they're not looking for anything at all is this Aegis, the double cheese. Like, let's say Liquid see TA 2000 and they go on him first, there's no save. He's gonna die and he's all their damage.
Right. And about to get a little bit more damage there on Liquid as we saw the Rapier queued up for the Sniper. So not messing around, wanting to get towards that. And of course, the other big differentiator is the 60-minute items. We're 6 minutes away. If we're
getting
waiting
there
for next Roche, we might as well wait for the other one.
Might as well wait for everything.
Right? And I mean, it makes sense, right? Because this is, again, for the major slot for Ooredoo. They want to do everything they can to come out of this game with the first win if they can. And for Liquid, trying to play for that #1 spot out of Western Europe.
No, definitely. And OT, they've done it so far. They've beat every top team that's gone to the major. Liquids are the only ones left.
The Giant Slayers.
I mean, apparently they need this extra motivation. Oh, these guys are good. Let's actually try.
Exactly. Nisha going to backpack his Witchblade for a second as another Aeon Disc is picked up. So now they also have some of these defensive options. Moonshard Eaton for TA2000, queuing up a Nullifier. Has it completed now. And going to swap that in instead of the Deso.
Okay, okay. I like that. You know, just building items that are just going to take away these defensive options as Liquid are looking to branch out a little bit from their base.
First damage done in 10 minutes. Love it.
Let's go. They also placed a decent ward.
Yeah.
You know, they've stepped out more than, what, 1,500 range of their base. They're finally able to.
It will definitely be difficult to keep that ward alive if they ever leave this side of the map. And Ooredoo still holding on to a good chunk of it themselves. It's going to walk back towards mid, carry there, along with TA2000, and just shoving out this wave. But sort of in a holding pattern at the moment.
Moonlight.
And I mean, if you're looking at sort of the graph of this game again, even though it's such a significant lead, you look at that win percentage chance, it's still only about 65. I think that there's something to be said for how much this game has the capacity to turn on its head.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of scaling and a lot of damage on these heroes. If Nisha can pop off, which he's getting closer to some big items, he can really cause chaos to these supports. And we said it before, if they can ever catch TA first, the entire damage is just gone. And they soon have a Hex on Zai once he decides to buy it. But probably wants to hold buyback for now.
One of these matches where anything can happen. And, you know, we talked earlier about the potential that Ooredoo did have to just close this one out. They were up pretty far, ended up going in for the all-in dive play. Got punished pretty hard there. And we'll see if that ends up being enough to have gotten Liquid back into it. For now, it looks like Ooredoo's still the ones in control, but every second that creeps by, got to get a little bit of a tingling feeling there. I think, is it Quinn talking about it in the interview? He was saying that, you know, when you get this close, sometimes the nerves can get the best of you.
And third Roche getting closer to respawning. It's going to definitely have to be a talking point for both of these teams. And it is just a lot harder for Liquid to branch out into this area, but they're going to have to consider it soon because Roshan falls really damn quick in this game.
So 20 seconds till it's capable. Almost at that overwhelming blink for Nisha. And Abyssal Blade done on Pango. Been playing a lot of this game without a basher. but now has access to those what feel like broken bashes.
I mean, everyone is holding so much gold. They can all buy whatever the hell they want. TA, again, on 9k gold. Mango finishes his Abyssal, still has 6k gold. Buybacks are going to be super crucial in this next fight. And 26 seconds on Roche.
Very quick one. Will they be able to realize it fast enough? I mean, I think that they've been doing a pretty good job of killing off these Hawks. Beastmaster, I believe, is sending one over that direction a second ago.
Yeah, he's doing it all the time, but they just die. Even just Venom wards with sentries, the gems. Yeah. They're covering their bases because they know it's literally the only way for them to instantly check whether it's up or not.
And 2 seconds away, Zai, he has 5 seconds on the Hawk summon, and in that time period, OT might have already taken it. It is dropping so quickly. The Hawk moving on in.
That will be too late.
They're going to see it just as it falls. So vision is there, but the full Monty, they get everything here.
Give the axe to Phoenix? Veno? Okay. I'm down for the Veno axe too. I feel like Veno, Phoenix are the ones that are going to be really good in this game. Definitely a big fan of TA2000 not taking it because my friend, he could open up a bank. He's got 5-digit net, like just gold laying around.
Now, Kezu, there was a game, I think it was either Tour 1 or earlier this tour, where Tundra went high ground a minute before Tier 5 neutrals. Are OT going to do the same thing? Or are they going to wait around for their next round?
They definitely should. You're up this much gold, you own more of the map. I would say in 30 seconds from now, you play aggressive. You push out Liquid, you farm their Ancients, you have one guy maybe, you know, place a ward around your Ancients, then you farm it out and you just swing across the map. If Liquid try to get neutral items, you're supposed to punish them. It's like the next objective right now in this game.
That is the entire idea.
Step one.
Force them out, and it looks like they are going to start doing just that. Insania waiting, though, with that Aghanim Scepter. He's off to the side. TA2000, he gets on the other side of it. Hexed, chased out, but he don't have control over him. And Mickey already starting to fall. Mickey is gone. Has buyback. Zai backing away with the BKB.
Buyback's
the coil is there. Do they want to go in for this now? Leashed up, stunned. Omar backing away, the E-Blade to keep him survivable, but then the big damage coming out with the glimpse pulling him into position. It's going to be a Hex and a kill now onto Clockwork. So they managed to trade 1-for-1. Mickey going down is the much bigger deal, though.
That's a very big W for OT here. Getting the buyback out of the most important hero on Liquid, that's a big deal. And now, 60 minutes, it's got the items.
Forcing them back and away, and immediately starts trying to farm these ones up. We'll see what's coming out first, but these are supposed to be the game enders.
Liquid are smoking out themselves. It's time for the items, brothers.
Yeah, they need to go get them. If you just stay in your base, you're going to lose everything.
Yeah.
So they're going to go and start trying to take down these creeps, get whatever items they can. Giant's Ring picked up for Liquid. They already have the Apex passed over to TA2000. Arcanist Armor, another good one.
Definitely a very good one.
Oh, but whoa, Nisha caught to the side. A on disc, backs away. The rest of Liquid is still just farming. Like, guys, we just got to go get these items. Nisha making space. And it's a pirate hat. Oh, the pirate hat is pretty nifty.
I guess you're going to get a lot of attack speed and a lot of gold. That's going to help. As who was it? I think it was Kayori who refreshed his Hex there to make sure that Nisha dies. Very nicely done by him. Also has the Shivas now completed as Liquid. Yep. They're farming your Ancients. They're even like roaring the couriers. I love it.
Take it down. Seer Stone there. But OT, they've got a nice set of items and are ready to start walking up this hill.
Cheeky Apex on the TA. Only 70 Agi. Not too bad.
Good damage. Nisha, 60 seconds before he respawns. It is the Giant's Ring onto Zai, and they drop down that Static Storm. Not really a ton of follow-up yet, but the Hex is there. The dive forward, trying to find it. Mickey in trouble. Mickey, no response, but the BKB, it won't be enough. He is gone. TA2000 chasing forward, looking for more. They find Nisha, able to phase shift out of existence for a second as Zai buys back, runs into the Giant's Ring. But without any sniper, this one looks to be OT's as they head on in, turn for the Ancient, and are trying to finish this one off.
Okay, Glyph, just chilling.
We'll use it. Meanwhile, Noob inside the base. We said that this might be happening later on, but disarm for a second onto the TA as they get the control, but they are going to be moving in for this Ancient. Ooredoo Thunders are going to take game number 1 against Liquid. The Giant Slayers continue.